What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Track Talk Podcast. We are your hosts, Emma and Hannah. This is episode 6 of season 2.
Killer start.
Hot. This is episode 7 of season 2.
Episode 7.
Why that's so funny to us is because 30 seconds before I said that, Emma and I argued about what episode it was, and it was determined that it was number 7, and I still said 6. I love to be right. Okay. We are here with the girls group chat in the flesh, kind of, because we've talked about them. We've never had them on the show together. Callie, this is your first time on Track Talk Podcast. Welcome. We are so excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm so psyched to be here.
And Boston is a recurring guest for us. You might have remembered her infamous mic drop moment when Lewis and Charles got disqualified last year. But we're happy to have her back as well. Welcome, Boston.
Thanks for having me back. I'm surprised I'm allowed to be on again.
I'm surprised Emma's allowing all of us to be here at once because we did argue chat about how long we can record for. The time on the clock is 11:45 if you'd like to.
We are capping it at 12:45. Maybe. We'll see. There's no shot.
We can try.
It's going to be tough. The framework for the episode is some rapid fire topics in the world of F1 and motorsports in general. And then we have something we've been working on. It's our bingo card episode. We've each created our own individual F1 bingo cards. We're going to be kind of. We're going to be creating a Track Talk one as well all together so that you can play along with us and give you ideas for your own bingo cards if you want to create them. So I'm super excited for this episode. I think you guys are as well. We might as well just jump into some topics.
Charlotte Tilbury and
Crazy.
F1 Academy. So it was announced that Charlotte Tilbury, the makeup brand, is now partnering with F1 Academy. They have a livery. So there's a driver, Lola. I might get her name wrong. Lola Lovenfoss. Is that it? I don't know. Who is going to be repping the Hot Lips car. So if you haven't seen it already, we'll put a photo up if you're watching on YouTube, but it's a stunning car. So what they've said about it is the partnership.
Stunning.
Stunning. The partnership is founded on a closely shared purpose to empower, inspire confidence, and encourage young women to chase their dreams. As an official partner, Charlotte Tilbury will use its global platform to showcase F1 Academy's current drivers, shining a light on their incredible achievements and showing their audience all opportunities available to women in motorsport, both on and off the track. I'm obsessed.
It's great.
So good. Good.
Like, it's just an iconic, I think this is going to take huge steps in the motorsport world where this is like a makeup brand, a brand that's never a type of brand that's never aligned itself with any sport. I'm super excited because I think that sometimes there's like this idea that any company that supports or like sponsors sports teams have to be kind of involved in some way, whether that be like sports hydration drinks or like sporting wear brands, right? Exactly. And this is like breaking down that barrier for the first time and being makeup. We are a makeup brand. We're a skincare brand. We are one of the biggest in the game as well. Right. I'm sure everyone wears Pillow Talk. And this is what we're going to do in terms of marketing. And we're not aligning ourselves with Formula One. We're aligning ourselves with F1 Academy specifically because we are for the girls.
Did you guys see what Susie Wolf said though in her post?
Yeah. Are you about to say when she was like, I'm married to somebody who like doesn't like when I wear makeup?
Yes. So I was like, oh, I don't know how you felt about that. Like,
I know I didn't really.
It felt like something you don't say publicly or like something that you would say when you're partnering with a makeup brand to be like, to kind of out your husband like that or like, I don't know. It was just kind of threw me off.
It's like, it's subtle shade. I mean, I guess from like a female or a makeup wearing perspective, like it's shade, but I don't think that like people who don't wear makeup would pick up on that because they're like, I don't like you when you wear makeup. But for us, it's like, I wear makeup because it makes me feel beautiful. I'm not doing it for you. Right.
Yeah. And I feel like she was trying to like draw the authenticity factor into it, like so that people didn't pull old pictures and be like, you don't even wear makeup. But I feel like she accomplished that in the first half of that sentence. She's like, I don't wear makeup all that often. Like she could have just kept it at that.
No, she said, I normally don't wear a lot of makeup, parentheses, and am married to someone who prefers when I wear the bare minimum. But I also know how powerful feeling good about yourself can be.
She could have just cut that middle part out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
I
need the
don't know.
parentheses.
So
Like-
shady.
Anyway, I mean, it's okay. I'm excited for the livery for the car, but I don't know.
And I'm excited for, like I said earlier, like where this can take us in terms of what brands align themselves with motorsports now.
What other female focused brand should align themselves with F1?
I think this is the first female-owned brand
Yes.
too that has a partnership with F1, which is cool.
Not necessarily female owned, but I just on a personal note would love to see like a Lululemon car.
I knew you were gonna say that.
See, if Lululemon were smart, they would have some sort of partnership. I know they have one with Joe, but like with Lance being a Canadian brand and partnering with a Canadian driver, like I'm surprised they haven't done that.
Yeah.
Well, they're partnering with the Canadian Olympics. That's like the main brand.
I was about to say, haven't they always made their team wear for the past couple of years, for the past couple Olympics at least?
Yeah, and that partnership continues for a few more Olympics for sure.
It always looks so good.
But they have like one athlete in each domain. Like they have Joe as their F1 driver. Then they have they just signed Minwoo Lee as a golfer. Then they have like Leila Fernandez as a tennis player. Like they don't really take on a full sport. They have like one in each. Yeah. But no, there's definitely lots of brands. Are you looking at my sweatshirt?
You're wearing a Chiefs sweatshirt. I just noticed.
I
watched the game.
Kelly, are the Chiefs your team?
I don't watch football at all, whatsoever. I'm from Chicago, so like I grew up a Bears fan, kind of, but all the games I've watched this year have been Chiefs games, and I went to a Bears game and wore a Kelsey jersey, even though the Chiefs weren't playing. So like I've just been on the Swiftie train.
Well, so am I because I'm a Bengals fan, but I'm also Yeah, well, we love Joey B.
We love Joe Burrow in this house.
Emma probably has no idea who I'm talking about.
He can be on Crush Tracker for sure.
Joey B is number one on my Crush Tracker every week.
Yeah.
Don't know what this man looks like. Okay,
he's not really
look him up.
What's his name? He's a white man.
Joe.
He is literally white boy of the month. All months. Yeah.
Him?
Emma.
I knew she wasn't going to be interested.
Not my type.
Not her type.
So loud.
Okay, just wait till you get like some thirst trap TikTok edits on your FYP, and then it'll be changed.
Have you never seen him dance to Get the Gad?
I don't know what you're talking about. No. We're good. Anyway, we're good. Let's move on. Testing is next week or this week, the 21st to the 23rd.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is our last Sunday without F1.
And I was looking at the testing results from last year.
You guys watch testing?
I don't even watch practice. You think I watch testing?
No. Okay.
So,
but for me, on Friday, DTS 6 will be out. So this is technically still, even though I won't be watching testing, this is still.
You still get content this week.
I get motorsports this weekend.
Yes.
Last year's testing, Checo topped the overalls. And then it followed by Lewis, Valtteri, and Charles. So I don't know. I feel like Callie's face.
Interesting.
So it's like, it's hard to know how the season's going to go just based off testing. Like K-Megs.
Last year, the Aston Martin, like kind of like, I remember they were really good at the beginning of the season, but like at testing, they showed up and everyone was like, oh. Like
that happens every year with Aston Martin and I mean, Racing Point before that. Like I feel like every year they show up and people are surprised. It's like they're gonna come out of the gates hot.
Right.
K-Megs last year was 7th overall in testing, just above George Russell, and Oscar Piastri was 19th. So like
K-Megs above George Russell, like put that on my gravestone. That's everything I need.
But it's like, it just shows like, testing, you get like kind of an idea, but Max topped the charts on day 1, but overall he was still 11th in testing. Like, and then he dominated the season. It's so hard to get a good feel of what testing is going to be like.
Right.
Especially because don't
know exactly what they're testing. Right. They could be looking for very specific things, being like, we're not looking for necessarily who has the fast time. We're testing this specific part of the car and this specific thing. So it's like, of course, we're not going to come out on top. We're not looking for that right now.
Yeah.
Right?
So
I always forget about that when I'm watching testing, because I tried to be better than everyone else last year and be like, I'm going to watch testing. And it was boring. And I was like, had to remind myself, like, they're not looking just for like hot laps right now. They're specifically testing specific things.
Yeah.
So I think that's important to keep in mind. If you are watching testing, don't let it, don't let it.
Just don't put too much stock into it. Don't throw all your money on Checo.
Yeah, don't put your money on Checo.
Don't place your bets based on times.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't believe this slipped my mind. David Malukas.
Everybody just needs to stay at home during the off season. Okay. No more biking.
Nobody should. Why get off the bike?
Don't own a bike.
No more mountain bikes.
No more mountain biking.
Don't touch it. Don't look at it. Don't think about it. If you work in motorsport, don't own a bike.
Don't own a bike. So for those
you need to go back.
For those who don't follow IndyCar, David Malukas, Papaya Dave, Arrow McLaren driver, he was in, I think, Arizona, with his family, and he got in a mountain biking accident and he fractured his wrist. And this sounds vaguely similar to what happened to good old Lance Stroll at the start of the season last year. Not even the start of the season, right before the season started. So it's just like, like Taylor Swift, like, I think I've seen this film before and I didn't like the ending. Like, that's just how I'm feeling right now because these are my favorite drivers.
Luckily, Lance was able to get back in the car in time for the first race of the season. I think they were saying, like, when he gets his stitches out sometime soon, like, it's like a 4 6 week healing period. So, like, based off of that, they need to find somebody else to race for the first Indy race this season, which sucks because, like, it's awful.
Yeah, I think
that
he's
would
getting
be his first race in the McLaren.
I think he's getting his stitches out next week, but yeah, it's like a 6-week healing time, and so he can't race at St. Pete's. I'm devastated. Like,
I'm so sad.
So sad.
Yeah.
Like,
that's our guy.
That's our guy. And last year, Lance Stroll was my guy.
Looking forward to the Indy season because of him, and I wanted to see him in the Arrow McLaren. So this really,
he'll be in the Arrow McLaren. We're just gonna have to wait a while. He notably did not respond to our story.
No, I know.
He saw it and did not respond.
Stop.
I don't feel bad. It's funny.
I know he thought it was funny for sure. It was just probably too soon.
Maybe too soon, but it was
so good. I'm sorry.
I don't think I don't know. He only has one hand right now. He's probably motions are limited.
We'll apologize.
We are wishing our favorite guy very well. We hope to see him back in the car ASAP. We can't wait to see what he does with the papaya. Get well soon, little Dave. Papaya Dave. Sorry, I forgot that was his new nickname.
I just need to not have a favorite driver next season.
Yeah.
Someone DM'd us and was like, hey, is this your fault? And I'm like, oh, hey, cool, great. Yeah, I guess so.
Please accept all responsibility from here on out.
Like, Lance last year, David this year.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
wasn't there
and Danny Rigg, lest we forget.
Danny Rigg.
Well, did he injure his wrist from a bike too, or was it just a crash?
No, that was
Danny
on
was a crash
accident.
I feel like there was somebody else. Didn't like Toto or someone also fall off a bike?
Oh yeah,
Toto broke his leg.
Toto did hurt himself on a biking accident, and then there's also
his leg.
I don't know. I think I remember him being in a cast.
Oh,
I distinctly remember a photo of a cast.
Biking incident.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
remember that
the
picture of him like
driver,
wake surfing in the cast. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an arm cast.
The only driver who should be allowed on a bike is Valtteri, but his girlfriend is a professional.
Yeah, he's only allowed with Tiffany.
That's it.
There's also a photo of him. I know it's like not
falling
in this picture, but there's a picture of him on the ground on the bike. So just because you're talented on one set of transportation with wheels doesn't mean you're talented on all sets of transportation with wheels.
Have you guys ever fallen off a bike?
I don't bike.
I have for sure.
I haven't ridden a bike in over 10 years.
Do you know how?
I think so. It's like riding a bike, right? Like, you don't forget.
That's a saying, right?
Yeah, I think I could probably figure it out. Okay, away from the bikes. Let's go back to four wheels. We're gonna
Scary.
tread lightly here. There's been a little bit of developments in the Christian Horner allegations, and by that I mean there's a lot of rumors, some Dutch news articles that have come out with things. The Wall Street Journal surprised me and came out with an article. I couldn't read it. I'm not about to pay $2 a month to read that shit, but too much for me. But in the Wall Street Journal, they declared shared who it was that made those allegations. And apparently it was his assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's true, that's absolutely insane for the Wall Street Journal to drop it, because it is so easy to just Google Christian Horner's assistant and figure out who. And maybe she wanted to keep her name secret or out of it.
Right.
So I don't know. And I mean, not that I the Wall Street Journal isn't going to just announce fake news.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yes. That publication is very reputable. So I think that was the moment where I was like, oh, this is bigger than any of us thought it was, was when they posted.
Apparently there was rumors that he tried to settle for 600 some thousand euros. I had to think of the currency for a second. And that there was an option given to him last year to leave on his own accord and claim it as leaving for health reasons, and that they could just sweep it under the rug. But because he didn't want to leave last year, that's why it's now being made public and the allegations have gone, or this case has gone public. Yeah. And now Ford is getting involved because they're going to be the partnership, the engine partnership for Red Bull come 2026. And they're saying, we hold ourselves to very high standards and we expect the same from our partners. They trust that Red Bull is taking the situation seriously, but this is bigger than we thought it was.
Yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on the situation. Like we said, there's lots of rumors and whatnot going around. If what we're reading is true, I think we'll get a resolution very soon. I don't know if they would kind of risk having Christian in the paddock if they do find within this investigation that, a lot of these things are true. So I'm sure we'll kind of hear very shortly whether or not, or what's going to end up happening in terms of a resolution here.
Do you have do any of us have someone sacked from Red Bull on their bingo card? Because
I do have team principal replaced, and I need to preface it with that has been on my list since we first started talking about this episode. So it's not because of what is happening right now, but it was more so the Gunther effect. But yeah, that's on my card.
I would go so far as to say if Christian does get replaced or removed, we shouldn't mark that off. I have that on my bingo card too.
Yeah. I think that's a good rule.
Right.
Fair enough.
Right. I was thinking more car performance and team performance reasons.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Which I forgot Gunther is no longer a team principal at Haas. I just forgot. So much has happened in the off season that I texted them the other day and it was just remember that this is Lewis's last season at Mercedes and that he's going to be at Ferrari next year. I forget about these things.
Okay. Real quick, I don't know. I was so hesitant to bring this up. One of our followers or listeners had sent us a message saying, okay, if it comes down to Mercedes and Ferrari fighting for Callie, you know where I'm going with this? If it comes down to Ferrari and Mercedes, I would say fighting for first as a shot at a stretch, but second place in the championship. Would Lewis give it to Ferrari because that means more championship sponsorship dollars that goes to Ferrari for the next season, which then benefits his season?
Him.
Or does he fight with Mercedes to get that second place and then ultimately have to settle for that less amount of money next year? Do you guys know where I'm coming from? Do you guys get that?
Yeah, I think that he has too much pride, and I think that he has so much commitment to Mercedes that he would want to leave on a high note. I think that would be his best way to exit the team, is to deliver a championship or deliver the best that he could. So I feel like he wouldn't. But it's a very interesting scenario.
I feel the same way about I just feel like he's been loyal to the team for so long, and the optics of it, Lewis is very smart. We've talked about this a million times. He is very smart and knows what the media will say about him. And if that happens, he knows that it would just cause way more harm than he ever intends. Right.
Right.
Okay. If it were Mercedes Ferrari fighting for the championship at the end of the year, who would you guys be rooting for? Would you want Lewis to deliver it for his last year at Mercedes, or would you want to see Ferrari?
Everything in my life is like for the plot. So I would hope that somehow something happens during that last race that like it comes down to not crash. I don't want him to crash, but like something where it could be seen as a scandal, but also something that could play off as like this wasn't on purpose, like something that would just further the plot. Like, was this on purpose or was this just accidental kind of thing? Like, I don't know. I just would love a
You're
good
rooting for drama.
I love drama.
You're
I'm rooting for drama.
I mean, I tell people this, like, because I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, and people always ask me, like, oh, how do you think about, like, Lewis going to Ferrari? I go, wherever Lewis goes, I go. Like, that's my general rule of thumb in life. So I would want him to, like, how amazing would that be if he just finished on a high note with Mercedes, like, yep, just won another championship. Bye. And then went to another iconic team. Like,
So sick.
Icon behavior.
Yeah.
Callie?
I fear I'm too delusionally committed to Ferrari. Like I would want Ferrari to win. They're my team. I want the best for them at all points in time.
Yeah.
You're just saying that because you met Charles.
Yeah,
No,
I think we should address that. I was wondering whether we should, but I'm sure that some of our followers would have seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. What do you guys want to know? I kid you not. I posted that picture and I think the first like 30 messages that I got were, what does he smell like?
I was just
like,
about to
guys.
ask that, but I was going to ask you to cut it out. I would be like, can you tell me what he smells like?
I did not pay attention to that, but I did ask all the other people like that we were with at lunch. I was like, did anybody smell him? And everybody was like, he smells like a really clean aftershave. So there's your answer.
There you go.
Okay, that's hilarious. That's not what I was gonna ask.
Oh, that's where my mind went. What is
that's where my mind went too, because I was like, what does he smell like?
Were you wearing a heeled shoe in your photo?
I had a little bit of heel on, yes. And I'm 5'10". So like it's true that he is actually like 5'11". Like I thought he was for sure gonna be a short king.
Yeah.
I had like met him in passing before, but like just really, really quickly. And we were both like walking in the paddock. And I did not at that moment think that he was taller than me. So it was a nice surprise.
And Arthur, how tall is he?
Oh my God, Arthur's so tall. I was
Really?
shook. Yeah, he like our picture together, like he's like looking down over my shoulder. Like I would say he's probably like 6'2", 6'3".
Oh my God.
He was very tall.
Whoa,
yeah.
That's really tall for a racing driver.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It would maybe, who knows, maybe he had little lifts in his shoes, but he was definitely taller than me.
We need to clear this up. His girlfriend was also in the sim.
His girlfriend was also in the sim.
Okay.
Yes, they have like 4 sims and they were racing next to each other.
Yeah, because the way I pictured it was his girlfriend just standing there
standing
watching.
there.
That's what I thought.
No,
was
and they
going on.
also did like a pit stop challenge together. Yeah, they were just doing the full
experience.
all of the activities. Yeah.
Aw, cute.
What a cute little date. I want that.
I know, it was very sweet.
Yeah, don't we all?
I don't know. I feel like I would get the ick if they like couldn't do a pit stop well, or if they like did really poorly in the sim. I'd just be like,
what if you beat them on the sim?
I've only done sim racing once and I was absolute trash at it. Like
I was about to say,
trash.
I've never done sim racing. So for all that I know, I'm probably horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I also like, if I'm on a date with somebody and they're not doing well in this, like the sim and all that kind of stuff, like, come on, we need winners here. I'm not dating a loser. Like, we need winners. Come on.
That's so cute. At the hand pre, my boyfriend won, and I was like, yeah, he should. Like, I would have the ick if he lost to Emma, to be honest.
Right. That's embarrassing
to Emma.
That's now embarrassing for you if he had lost.
Yeah.
Like, no, we only have winners here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be proud of me?
I'm very proud that you got second.
I was also just thinking because like the sim and like the pit stop is like after the museum and you have to walk through the gift shop to exit the museum, obviously. And I was just laughing to myself thinking about Arthur and his girlfriend walking through the Ferrari gift shop.
That's so like humbling. Like
so humbling.
Them just doing normal people things. Like I feel like I forget that sometimes that they're just like they have to go grocery shopping. They have to you know, like what if they lose their keys or something? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Also,
I always think about like having to fix something in your house and like obviously like in the States we have Home Depot, like having to go to Home Depot and like figure out what thing to fix in your house. Like that, I always think of that whenever I have to fix something. Of like, there's people that I like look up to and idolize, and I'm like, they have to fix shit in their house too. That's crazy.
That gives me
It's such a
ick.
stupid thing, but I think about it all the time.
You almost wore red.
Yes, I almost wore red. I'm so glad that you guys were supportive in the group chat of wearing blue because yeah, we matched. It was fairly iconic. Yeah, red's just not my color, you guys. It's pretty tough to be a Ferrari fan and not have red be your color, but it didn't work out for me. But yeah, it was amazing. He's so nice. Like truly so lovely. I feel like I would put him up there with Fernando with like nicest drivers that I've had interactions with.
Did you speak French to him or
was,
English?
I spoke English, although I do have like some French in my back pocket, but I was like, I'm not about to embarrass myself in front of my favorite driver right now. So it was all English, and most other people were speaking English to him too. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick with that.
Yeah, a celebrity in our midst.
Celebrity. Should we jump into bingo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Who wants to go first?
My card, you guys, like I just have to briefly show it to you. I like fully designed it. Like when I told you I was doing it the other night, like I fully like graphics, like it is intense. I'll set it after. But
I have notes in a notebook.
I went for it.
I have
Can we can we screen share them?
I don't know if we can screen share.
Or can you like insert them?
If you're watching on YouTube, you know what? If you're listening to the podcast like on Amazon, Spotify, Apple, I don't know why Amazon was the first one that came to my mind. If you're listening to the podcast, go to YouTube and just follow along there because we'll be able to put our bingo cards and Boston's paper on the screen.
Did you name it Boss Rom?
No.
Bare minimum.
I tried to get creative, and like, you know, when you're trying to be creative, it just doesn't come.
Doesn't work.
It just didn't. It will come to me. It'll probably, by the time the episode drops, it'll probably have a name.
I knew I freaked you guys out when I sent my name last
night. Hannah sent her name in the group chat, and then I remembered that I didn't actually create a bingo card. So
Did you also just have a paper?
No, I had in here in my mind.
Okay.
I was like, I know what I want in my card. And then I didn't write anything out because I was like, I'll figure it out. And then Hannah made me panic. So then I was like, well, now I need to.
I've been a student for as long as I can remember. I only know how to do things like in a very organized manner. I need it on screen.
But then Hannah sent her name for her bingo card, and me and Boston were like, fuck. We were just gonna call it F1 2024 bingo. Like, didn't know we needed to get creative. Anyway, if you are listening, if you're watching, we strongly encourage you to create your own card and pull from what we're saying, because we might have the same things, we might have different things, but we want you to create your own 2024 bingo card and play along with us this season. Like I have a few empty slots still because I'm like, I don't know what to put here. Can I go first?
Yep, please do.
Okay, my bingo card is called Fed by Complete Delusion, F1 2024 bingo. Not creative, but I just pulled from Track Talk. I don't know how to start. Like, I don't know how to do I just list them off?
Just list them off.
Okay, Astrodium. We're going to get a Lance Stroll podium.
I forgot we called it that.
What'd you call it? Did you have it on yours?
No.
Oh.
No, but I forgot we called it that.
You don't have faith.
That's a Cali Craig original right there.
Is that you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember all of our terms now. I think I have yoint on here.
I have Carlos ignores team orders. Also, a Ferrari double podium is on here.
I have that too.
Right? Okay.
Delusional.
Good, great. Delusional minds think alike. I don't know. I have 7 DNFs in one race.
Wow.
I just feel like that's going to happen at one of the races. Is that too much?
It's possible.
Yeah, it's totally possible. Do you have a race in mind?
Australia last year, it's definitely possible.
Australia was, but I didn't put a race down, but I'm thinking Australia.
We had 6 at
Australia.
No. Yes, but where was the one where Logan Sargent got sick?
Why do I feel like that wasn't US, right?
No. There were a bunch of DNFs in Austin though. I think there were like 5.
Yeah, I was about to say there was a bunch of DNFs on top of the disqualifications.
I'll come back to you.
I think 7 DNFs in one race might happen. I have a 1.79 pit stop or better because Lando right now has the record for 1.8. So I'm like, I want to see if someone's team this year is determined to beat that.
Good question. if you guys say something that I really like, am I allowed to steal it, or do I have to be completely
no,
okay, cool.
Steal it. I've got like empty slots here, so I'm like I see something on Hannah's that I want. So like
okay, cool.
That's why I'm shutting my computer.
Okay.
Qatar. It was Qatar last year.
That's it.
Qatar,
There's
yes.
A lot of DNFs.
There was at least 5. I think there was even 6.
I'm gonna go 7 DNFs in one race. One of them is no Red Bull driver on the podium.
I would love that.
Right?
I'm gonna steal that.
I was about to say that's super ambitious, but I'm also gonna steal that one.
Yeah, I love that.
My middle space, like my free space, it just says max win because I feel like that's bound to happen.
That's a free space.
Yeah, that's a free space.
Yeah. Meet a driver is on here.
Oh,
right.
That's ambitious.
I love that for you.
I think so.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
F1 driver. I need to clarify. A new WAG.
Oh, I have that on mine too.
I have that too. Mm-hmm.
Who do you think it'll be?
Logan's gonna show up with someone.
Yeah, I was thinking Logan too.
Yeah.
I also hot take could see Esty Bestie breaking up with his girlfriend and bringing a new wagon to the paddock.
Mm-hmm.
Hot take.
What do you think Lando is gonna bring a girl into the paddock this year?
No,
I don't think he will.
Think so.
He wasn't even in my mind when I said new wag on mine. So
no.
Like he's not in his reputation era, but like he's playing. What am I trying to say?
He's playing the field.
He's playing the field.
He's chasing tails.
Like he's showing up, and he's winning this season. Like I have a Lando win on mine.
I have a Lando win here. Do we all have a Lando win?
Yeah.
Not me.
Oh,
you have an Oscar win on
I
yours?
think
You best believe I have an Oscar win.
I have a Lando win and an Oscar win on mine.
My first space is specifically Oscar win before Lando.
Wow.
Like I want it so bad.
I have a
world's number 1 Oscar Piastri fan.
it's true. She is.
Yeah. You guys, Boston, you like Oscar.
I was about to say I'm right behind Callie on that one. I'm her sidekick in this mission.
If Oscar wins a race, like not a sprint race, a real race before Lando, I am removing myself from the group chat. Like, I just don't think I'll be able to handle the excitement that you two guys will have, that I just need to just disassociate.
Really? Because last year when Lance
rub it in your face, like it's not something. It's just like that'd be incredible if he, as a so new to Formula One, was able to get a win that early.
Oh,
but like
I'll respect it.
I also think like Lando has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Like if Oscar wins, Lando needs to go to Instagram, post a photo and say like, it's my understanding that without my permission, Oscar has won a race before me.
Or break his trophy.
Yes.
Break his trophy.
Like that's the drama that we need. That's what we need.
He would totally do that. Like that's I could see
100%. If Oscar breaks, well, it's a Danny Rick thing, but it's also an Australian thing. I will do Shuey if Oscar wins a race this year.
Yeah, I would do a Shuey.
I'm down for that.
I would be down for that.
Okay, group chat Shuey is
happening. Shuey if Oscar wins a race.
Yeah, down.
Are we talking like his sprint or real?
Or not sprint.
Real race or
not sprint.
No, real race.
Dial this hill. Real. Not a sprint race.
I call them the race instead of the sprint race. So yeah,
the race.
Okay, sorry. Home race win. I don't care who, but I want a home race win for ideally Lance.
That too.
This one is I might change it, but it's driver releases merch that we literally have to buy. Like
Alex Albon does this all the time.
I know, and it's so close to buying it all the time, but I just feel like there's going to be a merch drop that I have to buy.
And Danny Rick. Mm-hmm. I mean, Enchante just like
so keep an eye out for that. A retirement announcement. Kind of thinking Fernando.
Who do you think it's gonna be?
Fernando.
No, I want him in Mercedes. You guys, don't say that.
What?
I think we're gonna have like retirement. I don't think Fernando's gonna go to Mercedes.
No, he definitely isn't. But that's like my delusional. If I could pick somebody for that seat, that's who I'd choose.
No, but that's their second option. Didn't I send you guys that?
Oh yeah, because he's been in like talks with
what's the Kimi Antonelli is he's in contention with anyways, continue on.
A driver loses his seat, but I didn't specify who, but I think sometime during the season. Ferrari strategy ruins both drivers' races, which isn't really delusion, it's just something that's gonna happen.
This could be your free space.
Lando first win we already got. The Monaco curse strikes again on here.
put the opposite on mine, and I said Charles breaks free of the Monaco curse.
Wow. Okay.
I had that on mine and I just changed it to home race in parentheses, Monaco, please.
Commentators make a neon joke about steak F1. It's really like specific, but I think it's gonna happen.
I've been getting a lot of people saying they agree with me, by the way.
Yeah. No, Hannah,
I
I owe you an apology. Like, I think it looks good on track.
That's okay. I'm glad we can all just like appreciate it.
I think I was a bit harsh, and after listening to the episode where you kind of elaborated, like I think you made some valid points, and I'm willing to reconsider.
Thank you much.
I just can't handle the back of the rear wing that says #unleashed.
Yeah.
Like I can't with that. I can't do it.
It kills me.
Yeah.
Alpine drivers need media training. I feel like that's likely. I don't know. Something's gonna happen with Esteban and or Pierre, and it's just gonna be like
I have that on my big card.
Like,
You do?
Liam Lawson in the seat. I think it's gonna
Please.
happen.
I love that.
Indy driver attends F1 race. And then George is weatherman. Is my last one.
Weatherman George.
That's it. That's all I've got.
That's good.
They're not
That's
bad.
good.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed those.
I'm gonna go last, so you guys go ahead.
Okay. Who's next?
Okay, I'll go.
Allie.
I pull mine up. Okay, so like I said, my first one is specifically Oscar win before Lando. Like I just need that to happen. My next one, Logan Sargent, double-digit points. And that could be either 10 points in a race or double-digit points by the end of the season. The latter is obviously more attainable.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm doing it. My USA guy, I'm putting the power behind him. We didn't get him driver of the day in Vegas, but
I know.
yeah,
Freaking.
which Charles deserved it, to be clear. Okay, my next one is maiden podium, which that could be Joe, that could be Yuki, that could be Nico, just anybody who hasn't been on the podium before. First podium. I want to see that.
That's
I
a
like
good
that
one.
I think
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I might steal that one.
Okay, iconic. My next one might be the most delusional on here, and I have a lot of delusional ones. Max, not world drivers champion. Yeah. Yeah. Fed by delusion for sure.
Fed by delusion.
I think he's going to be WDC until like at least 2026, but a girl can dream, right?
Right. No, I valid.
Thank you. Charles, here we go. Home race win, Monaco, please, specifically. It's the next one. DR3 podium return. He's coming back.
Ooh,
I believe it.
That's a good one.
That is a good
Also,
one.
like, did you guys see the video of the are we calling it V-carb? We need to return to this conversation that Hannah talked about last episode. Are we calling it V-carb?
I'm calling it V-carb.
V-carb because fucking I can't call it that. I don't even know what else to call it. V-carb is still awful, but
can we all just band together and call it Toro Rosso?
I'm good. I'm down.
Yeah.
Okay, Toro Rosso.
Toro Rosso. Okay. The video of it, kind of spooky. Like, I think it's gonna be good. We'll see. Haas double DNF.
I feel like that's not delusional. I feel
Not
like
delusional at all.
Very, like that's gonna happen.
Very
First
attainable.
race of the season.
Yeah. My next one is annoying steak garage. Like the moment that Drake steps foot in the paddock, I'm marking that off. But I feel like they're just gonna have so many like annoying celebs in their garage. Like I feel like they're gonna have like crypto bros and like I don't know. Yeah.
It's gonna be
That's
like
very
Paul
specific,
brothers.
but yeah. Oh my God. Jake.
Oh
and
my
Logan
God, the Paul
show
brothers.
up.
Yeah.
it's just gonna
Totally.
be like a frat house in there. Of just, like,
100%.
nothing productive is happening, and it's just like conversation and people moving around. And like I feel like there's gonna be like a camera shot of just like what is happening in there.
I think it's gonna be like that times 100 in Miami. I think we're gonna really see that in Miami.
Oh my God, yeah. Totally.
I'm
For
scared.
It'll be intense. Okay, next one could be my free space, but we're hearing the Dutch national anthem at least 10 times. And I think that could be completed by like race 12, but that's in there. They have team principal replaced, which anybody but Christian Horner, that will cross off the list. Ferrari double podium, delusional. Alpine crash. So I don't care if it's Esteban, Pierre, Jack. I just see both of the Alpines colliding at some point this season. Next one is broken bones. So
Ooh.
per Lance, per David Malukas, per Danny Rick, I think we're gonna have some more broken bones this season. Next one is Alonso win. I want it.
Wow.
I want it real bad.
That's
yeah.
a good one.
Manifesting. Third driver in the RB20. I don't know if it's gonna be Danny Rick or Liam Lawson or I don't know who.
Albon. Just kidding.
He just shows up in the RB20.
What are your guys' thoughts on that? Because like I want a dominant car for Alex, but like I feel like him going back to Red Bull is like re-engaging in a toxic relationship.
I have
That's
an Alex
exactly how I feel.
related one on my bingo card. I don't think he'd go back to Red Bull.
Yeah.
No.
I hope not.
I really hope not. I hope
he deserves so much better.
Yeah.
But he's not going to stick with Williams. Like,
no.
Mercedes.
And he shouldn't.
I wanted him for that Mercedes seat so badly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it still could happen. He's only confirmed for this year with Williams, but
yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, my next one. This is delusional, but I feel it in my bones, which like I also felt Rep TV in my bones on Grammy night. So like, I don't know how much you can trust that. I was sitting on my couch like a clown in my Rep merch. But I have Taylor Swift in the Alpine garage.
Yay! I was going to put Travis Kelce in the
very good.
Travis is on mine.
Yeah, he's going. He's bringing her. I already cross-checked her tour dates, and I think that she is free the like week of the Miami GP, which like
so
I think that feels reasonable.
If she was available during Miami, because I knew during Austin and Vegas she would not be available.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, but she has a break in her calendar.
Travis too.
It's happening, you guys. It's happening.
Wait, what are we gonna do if that happens? Because we need something big.
Throw a party. Have another show.
I will pass away. I will simply pass away.
I don't even know.
If I lay eyes on her in the paddock, I think I would cease to exist.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I don't know. If you guys are listening, let us know what we should do if Taylor Swift shows up in the paddock. Because I can't even imagine it right now.
Like the first thing that's coming to mind is us all flying to Chicago.
I like that idea.
Sorry, let me check my bank account.
Making a Taylor Swift music video in all of our F1 merch.
Perfect. Say less.
Write that down. If Taylor Swift shows up in the Formula One paddock this season, we all go to Chicago and we film a Taylor Swift music video with Formula One merch.
Perfect.
Okay, tentatively.
Emma looks so concerned.
I'm so
I'm
that is not
concerned.
That's not in my budget.
I'm not saying I can afford it either, but
I'll take the train if I have to.
Yeah, it has to happen, you guys.
The only reason Callie's not freaking out is because she's from Chicago.
Fairly easy for me. I'll host you guys. It'll be great.
Amazing.
See, we have a place to crash.
Yeah, you guys don't have to worry about lodging. It's fine. It's all fine.
Oh my God.
Okay, my next one, 2 good US races. 2 out of 3 have to be good, which I thought that Austin and Vegas were both good this year, which like I might be in the minority of that.
I liked Vegas.
Both of those.
I thought Vegas was a really good race.
Vegas was good.
It was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The Charles Checo, like iconic.
Mm-hmm.
And like everyone seems to forget that Oscar had a really good race. Just in the last lap, he got brought way down because of pitting, but he was in like top 5 for the majority of the race. He had such a good race during Vegas.
Everybody does seem to forget that.
I don't remember this.
Not me. Not me in Boston. Could never forget. Which leads me to my next space, which is Carlos Oscar beef. Like, it's happening. It's getting reignited. I think that was one of my favorite radio messages from last year was when Oscar was like, there's Carlos sitting in the middle of the road again. Nothing's changed. Like, I love it.
He doesn't get that mad. It's just like,
it's just little comments.
Yeah.
It's snarky, but it's like not enough for him to be like, or at least visibly upset over. Yeah. It's just like, there he is doing it again.
There he is. I think he is the funniest driver on the grid. I'm so sorry, Danny Rick. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he's
but Oscar takes the cake.
Funny.
He is really funny.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. My next one, new wag in the paddock. Have that. Oh, this one I don't want to happen because it means sadness for Ferrari, but I have 5 post-race Charles saying it's like this. 5 times.
Well, it's like
which
this.
means I feel like it's like this. It's like this, which like, who knows if we got another DNS on the formation lap, like in Brazil last year, we could knock that out in one interview. But okay, my next one is Martin Brundle wreaks havoc on the grid walk.
I was gonna throw that on there. I didn't know how to word it. That's great.
I feel like that should just be your free
like
space.
free space at that
free
point.
space. Like with Cara Delevingne last year, like Machine Gun Kelly, like
right.
Meg the Stallion.
Or my favorite one is again Oscar. Is he was talking to Oscar, then enters Esteban to say something to Esteban. Oscar just walks away.
So good. When he's like, "Happy birthday, Esteban." So good. Okay, my next one. This one's for me and Emma, which the reason that we are friends is because Emma slid into my DMs after Miami. I like posted a picture of me in Lance's garage and I said like president of the Lance Stroll fan club, and Emma like slid into my DMs and was like, "We'll co-chair this position." And I was like, "Okay."
I did not know that.
Yeah, 100%. That's how we became friends.
Wait, did you
Wow.
not? Did you listen to the show before that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I followed you guys.
So we followed each
Yeah.
other, and she posted that, and I was like, okay, well, no, like you're not actually the president.
Yeah. So I feel like I like how Boston is vice president to me for Oscar. Like I stepped down to be vice president to Emma for Lance.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Which the space is Stroll top career finish. So his top career finish was 2023, 10th place.
Yeah.
So we're going 9th place or above. Which I was talking to Crofty in Austin, and he said that he thinks that within the next 5 years, Aston Martin is going to be the most dominant team. Which, like, I don't know what he knows that we don't know, but
I mean, I believe it.
I believe it.
Yeah, I sense an up and up.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say anything because I literally went on the show and said that I thought that Lawrence was going to sell and then move him and Lance to Mercedes.
I loved that thought process. Like, I was dying.
It makes sense. Like,
It
I was
does.
following your thought process. I'm like, the dots are all connecting. This could work.
One thing about me, if I'm going to make an argument, I'm going to have points to back it up.
It's going to be well thought out.
Yeah.
And you know what? Every time that I disagree with you on something, you come around and you bring like valid points, and I always reconsider. I'm
My
like,
mom
you know
always
what?
said I should have been a lawyer.
Yeah.
You really should be.
You are
because
really
brought
good
up,
at
a
like
state car. And I was like,
being
maybe
right.
I
Like,
should reconsider.
Try dating me. It's like very difficult.
if Lance makes the move to Mercedes, I will become the biggest Mercedes fan.
Oh, I know.
Like,
that will tear me apart because I only like Mercedes for Lewis. But if I have to root for Mercedes with George and Lance in the seats together, like it's going to tear me apart. Okay, my next one could also be my free space, which is speaking of George. George blames others for his own mistakes.
That's a good one. Free space.
Free space.
Free space.
I was forecast a podium. Free space.
I was forecast.
Let's forecast a podium.
You guys could have made that. I was forecast a bingo. Like, come on.
Yeah, I did not get the memo to name my bingo board,
You know
so
what?
mine just says it's lights out on top.
You can have that name.
Perfect. Perfect. My last space is new race winner. Somebody who's never won a race before.
Hey,
Love it.
I love it. Those are good ones.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to steal a few.
Boss Ron, that's you.
So I don't have nearly as many as you guys do, but I also don't have like the vague ones that are like new race winner and all that kind of stuff. So I need to like go in and fill those in. But my first one was commentators call Sauber kick in a country they're not supposed to call it kick. Or
You mean
steak.
Yeah, or
Call it
Yes.
kick in a country where, call it steak in a country
Yeah.
where they're not supposed to call
Okay.
it steak. Yeah.
Because they're only allowed to call it steak or kick in certain countries
Mhm.
based on like the gambling laws and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure the commentators are going to call it a
The wrong
name they're
name.
not supposed to call it in a country.
It's a good one.
Because that
Yeah.
is so difficult to follow. Like
Yeah.
if you're going to be a name brand team,
Yeah.
you have to make sure that you can say the name,
Mhm.
right?
Has anyone checked what the
what if-
name is listed in the F1 app as?
Now, my confusion here is F1 TV is a global broadcast.
So
So
I thought about that too.
it shouldn't
so
matter if
I-
it's on F1 TV. It should really only matter on local broadcasts.
Right. So if they're
Mhm.
watching it on a local network, then they have to pay attention to that. But then I thought about it of if they're on F1 TV, can they just say it because it's F1 TV and this is those kind of
Right.
rights? Anyway, that's what I had on there. I'm sure if it were to happen on a local broadcast, we'd see it somewhere online.
Yeah, for sure.
That it happened. But to clarify your question, Callie, on the actual F1 site app, it says they are kick Sauber.
Just covering all the bases.
Yep.
It doesn't even say steak?
It says kick Sauber.
Wow.
And the official list of constructors.
Which has who in first?
Anyway.
Sorry, continue, Boston.
Which is also weird because like I'm like we have the app like I have the US version of the app downloaded, obviously got it from the US app store. So like you would think because we can legally call it steak that it would say steak in the app. But
something interesting looking at the list of constructors, V-Carb is just RB.
Yeah. I see
Racing
that.
Bulls. Is that what they're gonna be
Racing
like?
Bulls.
Is that what people are gonna call them?
I think they might just call them Racing Bulls, which I also think is not a smart thing to say.
No, especially when they're trying to like separate themselves from Red Bull Racing so that they don't have these issues with being a junior team.
They should just go back to Toro Rosso.
Yeah, they really should.
Yeah.
Why don't they listen to us?
It's okay. Just call it whatever you want.
It's interesting because the logo, if you click on Racing Bulls, they have the Visa RB Cash App logo. But if you click Kick Sauber, it's the Kick logo. It's not the steak logo.
Yeah.
But steak
that's so interesting.
Is the main. I'm so confused.
But like if you go on Instagram, they're Kick or they're steak.
They're steak. Sorry, we got sidetracked there.
So sidetracked. Not all of us looking at our phones.
I know.
I'm liking Callie's picture. Anyway, that's to my place. Commentators call Sauber kick or steak in somewhere they're not supposed to.
Okay.
My next one is Travis Kelce at Miami Grand Prix. I didn't want to put Taylor because I feel like there's a better chance of Travis being there. I also had to double check because I thought maybe he'd went to one before, but it was just Patrick Mahomes. But I think we might see Travis at the Miami Grand Prix with Audi or not Audi. Alpine. Maybe Audi. I don't know. My next one, I think we've all put this down in some our own wording, but I put literally word for word Esteban versus Pierre showdown.
Hell yeah.
And this can happen on track, off track, on camera, off camera. Like somehow they're beefing and there's going to be some sort of showdown.
I love that.
I'm
what we need to just like briefly discuss is Pierre, like the whole Max outing Pierre having known that Lewis was going to Ferrari. Have you guys been following this at all?
What?
Yeah.
Like
what?
So Max has been doing all this media and like he said in like a Dutch interview, like with a local station, they were like, did you know about Lewis moving to Ferrari? And he was like, I think a couple of us did, like Charles knew, Pierre knew. And the guy was like, well, how did Pierre know? And Max was like, I'm not going to say, but it's like clearly Charles.
Yeah.
Well, obviously.
Charles. Yeah.
Charles heard and then text Pierre like, bitch, you're never going to believe what I just heard.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? It's kind of nice to know that like they're like us, like you just tell your best friends everything, Yeah.
It's cute that they have their own motorsport group chat too.
Right.
Yeah.
I said Alex to Mercedes.
That's in your bingo card?
That is in my bingo card.
Got
and
it.
I get delusion because I don't think he'd go back to Red Bull, but he deserves a top 3 car.
I love that.
I think because he's in the Williams Mercedes family, it could be an easy switch to pull him up to Mercedes and put someone like Kimi or Nick in the Williams.
I do find it hard to believe that they'd immediately put Kimi in the Mercedes. So
I find that extremely hard to believe.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kimi is very talented, but you need that. You don't put your rookie in a top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, Max Verstappen, but like you don't. You got to test him out first, right?
Yeah.
Or at least make him more. Is he a reserve driver for them this year? Or is it still Mick?
It's still Mick, I think.
Okay.
I think he's a test driver.
That's right.
Like
although I will say, like, Toto's saying that he wanted to do something bold. Like, that's bold. Like, he could be taking a shot of the McLaren book of like 2 young guns. Could be crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Anywho, I said Charles breaks free of the Monaco curse. See,
It's happening.
It's gonna happen.
It's happening.
I said Lando win, Oscar win. No particular order, not one before the other. Just, I think they'll both have a win. And then I also said commentators get V-carb name wrong or jumble it up as they're saying.
That's good.
That's good.
How could you not?
Yeah.
Right? Because whenever I talk about the team with like my various other Formula One friends, I like to just throw in random other brand names there too, because you're never gonna notice.
Various other friends.
Yeah, that was a really weird way
My
to say
real life
it.
friends.
What?
My real life friends. Sorry, guys.
What a real
Various
life
other
friend.
friend. That sounds like someone. That sounds like okay. That sounds like what someone would say who wants us to believe that they have other friends.
Don't expose me like this, please.
It's real suspicious.
That would be
Trying to
such a
convince
great
you.
caption for a photo or a group of photos. It's various other friends.
Okay.
Okay.
It's Ham's turn.
It is time. I need you to throw a beep over my F word.
Okay.
Okay. For dramatic effect. The name of my bingo card is You've Got a Problem. Change your bingo card. Thank you so much.
love
I came up
that.
with
That's a
it
good one.
myself. Okay. Got a little bit of what we've said already, and I've got a little bit that's brand new. Newly single driver. Someone's gonna be single. I was thinking maybe Esteban. I was also thinking maybe Carlos. I don't know. I have no basis of that. But
I forgot about them.
I could see both Ferrari drivers.
I forgot he was dating someone.
Rebecca, whatever.
Rebecca Donaldson. Yeah. Logan Sargent top 10 finish. Now, some of you might be like, well, he did get points last year. He did not finish top 10. He did not finish the race top 10. He got promoted because of the DQs.
You're right.
So I expect to see a top 10 finish this year. Mick signs for 2025. I did not say where.
That's a good one.
But I'd love to see him
That
back
is
on the
one.
grid. So I hope
I think I
this
might
happens.
steal that one.
I'm gonna just write that down real quick.
It's all good. New WEG intro. We've said it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who that's with. Drivers attend a SEB initiative.
Oh, like the bees.
Like the bees.
Cute.
Something. Some
believe
sort of initiative that he's doing. I hope that this happens because I love to see Seb and I love when they support Seb.
I believe it.
I love Seb.
Seb to Mercedes.
Seb just ends up re-signing 2025.
Fernando to Mercedes.
I had a delusional thought not a while ago, but like when they announced Audi, I was like Seb and Mick because they want 2 German drivers for a German team. It would never happen, but
oh my God,
That would be so iconic, though.
I would cry.
in my dream fantasy world with rainbows and unicorns,
And
Seb
various other
Nick are
friends.
And
racing.
various other friends.
And various other
And
friends.
my various other friends. You guys aren't there. You're not invited.
Sorry, Callie. Fernando retirement announcement. I know.
Sad.
We'll see.
Sad.
Checo loses his seat. No one said it yet. I'm surprised.
Well, I had someone loses their seat.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm being hopeful for him.
Okay.
That's okay.
I'm not saying that I want it to happen. It's on my bingo card.
Yeah.
A new iconic George meme. They happen all the
Free
time.
space.
Free
Free
space.
space.
Free space.
Free space.
I'm a little confused because I wrote this down, but then I was like, did he extend his contract last year? I put Oscar contract extension.
He's extended it to 2026, did he not?
I think he's 2026.
So I wrote it down and then this morning I was like, I think it's already extended. So I might have to fill something in here.
I feel like his initial contract was to 2026.
He has this is from September 2023.
Are you
He
looking at
has
the first thing on Google with me? Same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
ESPN. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has extended his contract through the end of 2026. He originally had a contract until 2025, I
Okay.
believe.
So I'll have to put something else in there. God, I hope this doesn't happen. Charles Wine Pants in the paddock.
I'm praying that having Lewis as his teammate, we saw it happen with Mick, that having Lewis as his teammate, his fashion game will step up.
Do we think
well
that Lewis is going to be forced to wear any Ferrari merch? Or do you think that it's in his contract that he is fine to wear whatever?
See, I like to think he's very smart and he contracted. He's like, you're not going to tell me what to wear because I've seen what you wear and I am not wearing that. He would pull it off because he could wear a trash bag and it would be couture and amazing and beautiful. But I think he probably put in there. He's like,
I think he's going to wear a hat.
Ferrari hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll wear like some like, you know how like Ferrari has their own fashion brand, but I think he might wear like vintage collectible pieces of just like very like archival Ferrari stuff. Like it's still gonna be very fashion forward. I think he'll incorporate it in a good way.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Someone DQs post race.
Oh,
We'll see. Okay. Esteban calls himself Esty Bestie.
that's a good one. I was gonna say Lance says live, love Lance.
Oh, just
but
I'll get there.
But I don't think he's actually gonna say that.
No. Yeah, so he said it in Monaco last year. I hope he does it again this year because it's honestly just really funny. Like when you call yourself a nickname, I think that's so funny.
Right.
Carlos defies team orders. We've all got it. It's gonna happen. Alex Albon podium. Man, do I hope that this happens because I love him. I want to see it. In the Williams, might I add. A fired team principal. We've already been over it. Christian does not count if that happens. Charles DNFs and drops a new single.
Yeah. Well, that's your free space.
Could happen. A canceled GP.
Oh.
So we'll see. Last year there was one.
Last year there was
We had Imola last year.
They canceled China.
They canceled China
before the season started.
Before the season started, and then Imola.
And then they canceled Emilia Romagna because of the rain.
So we'll see. In my head, it is either Japan or Spa.
Ooh.
Someone DNS Monaco. This to me
DNS?
is do not start. This is something that just will happen because if you crash out in quali or practice, you're pretty much screwed. Especially in Monaco. The next one, I hope you all appreciate. Aston Martin Instagram caption, live, love, Lance.
Let's go. We're manifesting it. We are manifesting.
I want to put that one on mine too.
That's a good one.
Gorgeous.
I think it's getting some traction. It's going to make its way to their social media team and they're going to not like comment with us or anything, but it's going to be an Instagram caption of theirs.
The thing that gets me is that there's two versions of it. There's live, love Lance, and then there's live, laugh Lance. Because technically it's live, laugh, love.
Emma just yeeted her hair tie at me.
It technically the saying is live, laugh, love. But live, laugh Lance doesn't
I don't have the same ring to it.
Live, love Lance has a good ring to it. And it also is like I live to love Lance. Like that's how I think of it. Of like
it makes more narrative sense.
I just hope that they use the right one.
Okay.
If they use live, laugh Lance,
we will not cross it.
We won't cross it off.
No.
Okay. No. If they post live, love Lance, Emma, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are we doing? We're gonna rebrand again?
We rebrand again.
That rebrand was like honestly one of the highlights of my 2023 F1 season.
I just get a text from Emma of don't tell Hannah yet. She has to find out on her own. And it's the screenshot of the Instagram account. She's like, don't tell her.
I literally took a screenshot and brought it up on a call with the team. I was like, I just have to show you guys what my friend did.
Look, that shade of green is my favorite color. So if we rebranded to that color, I actually wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
We'll see. There's a lot riding on this bingo space.
Hey, you know what? I'm still on that. If Lance gets a podium, I will get a tattoo. But
it's extending to 2024.
It's extended to 2024.
Breaking news. Lando's first F1 win. I think it'll happen this year. I have a McLaren one too.
Oh,
which none of you have.
I love it.
But
that's a good. I might. I'm just gonna just in case.
They are the other team that would do it in my mind.
In my brain, when Oscar is going to win, it's going to be a 1-2.
Right. Right.
I think so too. I think when either of them win, it'll be a 1-2, or at least a podium. At least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danny Rick, cowboy hat and paddock. A Pierre Gasly podium.
You have that on your bingo card?
I do.
Were you just reaching? Like you just needed something? That's what you put?
Yeah, we were getting down to the last 3 spots.
Just grasping at straws.
Pierre Gasly found dead somewhere. Emma just actually murdered him.
R.I.P. Pierre.
The thing is, I don't hate Pierre. Like
I can't say his name. People make fun of me for it.
Pierre.
I say Pierre.
We're Canadian. We're English.
Don't understand why there's such a problem with that.
Pierre. How the fuck do you want to say it?
do not hear a difference, you guys. I'm gonna be
I
so
don't
real.
hear a difference either.
Pierre.
No, but
Pierre.
I
is.
think because it sounded like you said Pierre.
it's just how fast
I know. Like if you're listening, you can clearly understand you're
Pierre.
talking about Pierre motherfucking Gasly, not a boardwalk pier. Like I don't.
Pierre.
Context clues, people.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, continue.
It was good. Max DNF.
Oh, we didn't get that last year.
I'm so sorry. I would
I was
love
about to
that.
say, we did not get a Max DNF last year.
I don't even
I
think
think I might steal that one too.
we
I
got
love
one
that.
the year before in like the second race. I think that was the last time he DNF.
Yep.
So it's been almost 40 races since then.
Does it have to be a race or DNF in a sprint counts too?
I'm gonna say race.
Okay.
I was gonna put something about a sprint on here, but I actually despise them, so I decided not to.
We're not acknowledging sprints.
Yoints, multiple.
I like that one.
Multiple.
Yeah,
Multiple yoints.
so he just has to finish in ninth,
At least once.
at least once. That's all. I
A good
need.
one.
It was a tall task last year.
What?
Who? It was a tall task last year, so we'll see if it happens this year.
Cool.
That's if you've got a problem, change your fucking bingo card.
It's good.
That was
I
good,
think
Anne.
for like
That's real good.
That is a good one. I think for like the actual official track talk one, we should each submit.
If we divide it,
If we
evenly,
divide
it's
it,
25 divided
20
by
with a free
4.
space.
25 divided by 24.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if we have a
I was
minus
gonna say,
the
there
free
is one
space.
free space.
6
We're
each,
talking
yeah.
24.
6.
Callie said it twice. It's 6, yeah.
Okay. Was still doing the math in my head.
Math is hard.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So we could each submit 6 from our own cards that we like and then
I'm gonna
agree
submit
on
the
a free
most
space.
unhinged.
What?
And
What?
Wait, what?
I said I'm going to submit my most unhinged.
Yeah, as you should.
This card's gonna be
Oh,
crazy.
absolutely.
Yeah, and then we can do just like a post with all like 5 of them. Like
Sure.
each of them.
Like
Boston.
our individuals. Boston, submit a picture of your paper.
Boston, please, for the love of God, submit a photo of your paper.
No rewrites. It's
Yes.
messy handwriting and all.
I was about to say, nobody can read my hand, or I can't even read my handwriting, but I'll do it.
Okay.
Perfect. Oh, I realized I didn't do Crush Tracker. I think we have a minute to do it.
Okay. A live
Yeah.
crush tracker
A live
for the
stats.
friends.
A live Crush Tracker with
Do you
friends.
want to
Okay.
introduce are we implementing this new rule?
There is a new rule. So
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, there is.
I don't.
I
So-
love the new rule.
There's a new rule that once a month, Hannah is allowed to veto Crush Tracker and change one of the drivers for whoever she wants. That being said, she has to come prepared with a photo.
I don't have a color printer.
Okay.
You can draw a picture of them.
Draw a photo. Hannah can do it once a month. She can veto because I just think that that's fair. I can share this.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Anyway, so for this week on Crush Tracker, at third place, a new face on here. I think you'll be happy. Joseph Newgarden.
We made it.
We love to see it.
We love to
The
see it.
photos that he posted, I was just like, oh,
I was taken aback
sir.
when I saw it because it was like the first thing I saw when I logged in. I was like, is that Joseph Newgarden? Holy moly.
I do love him. Second place, Charles.
Duh.
I know.
I've lost.
Callie really-
I can't believe.
Callie really wanted him to be first, but second,
I needed him in the studio as number 1.
is him in the studio is number 2. He looks like Arthur there.
He does look like Arthur there.
But you know what? Pato just gave us way too much this week, and he has to be first. He came out with like a would you or like Valentine this or that, and then also the photos he posted with Norby, and then yesterday posted a photo of him in the sauna, which this is a family channel. I can't show that photo. So Pato is first
This is a family channel.
again.
I hear that
Yeah.
Pato is becoming the Max Verstappen of the Crush Tracker.
I fear Pato has been. This is now the 4th week in a row that Pato is on the Crush Tracker.
I'm not
I
mad
feel
about
some
it.
biases.
It's not my
Not
fault.
mad about
He's playing a good game.
Otto Verstappen. It's just making it happen right now.
Anyway,
Oh, you know what? I want a new space on my bingo card, and that's Pato not on Crush Tracker 1 week. Level impossible.
it. Impossible challenge.
My cheeks hurt from smiling and laughing, but we should have like a track talk bingo card. Like
what happens on track?
Like stuff
Yeah.
that happens on the podcast.
Yeah.
but like a 3x3 grid because there's like a lot.
That
Emma
is
a lot.
doesn't say live, love, Lance.
Emma gets Lance tattoo. Motorsport group chat does a shoey.
Hey, we might think about that. That could be funny. I think we'll call it there. I think Crush Tracker was a good end. Callie, Boston, one more time. Thank you so much for joining us this episode. This was F1 2024 Bingo.
We are Track Talk.
Ciao
for now.
We didn't even set them up for it.
I know, that was so good. We were just like, let's hope they fucking know the outro.